Hello, I'm Jason Westwood, Project Manager for Framework for Change. Framework for Change is the umbrella organisation which brings together a network of people to deliver the sustainable farming and food strategy for Yorkshire and the Humber. Welcome to Countryside Live 2007. In a time when the environment is important to all of us, we're thinking about a low carbon footprint and also delivering quality foods to those consumers who really want it. Today in our debate team, we're going to be talking about delivering those quality goods door to door, developing Yorkshire as a brand in itself, looking at how we can develop food festivals to promote local foods and using those foods in local restaurants.
Michael, I'll start with you first. How do we get quality, locally produced food to the consumer?
We need to generate consumer demand. If people want it, ultimately they'll get it. People say they want local food, ultimately it will happen. But that's not to underestimate the scale of the actual logistical difficulties that are involved. There are a huge number of them. Distribution is perhaps one of the keys. It's this question about where can you get it regularly. We need to teach the public that some things aren't available here, and there's a bit of that return to seasonality.
It's firstly making sure that consumers are aware of what's available. It's reassuring to see that this year in Yorkshire there's been about another 17 farm shops and retailers have opened up. So clearly local food is becoming more and more available. But as Michael mentioned, the problem of distribution is one that we have to deal with, because we have expensive and incomplete distribution around the whole of the region, and that does mean that some local produce appears to be a little more expensive than perhaps it might need to be. So we're going to work, as the Regional Food Group next year, we'll be looking very closely at distribution and making sure that produce can be taken from the producer to the consumer in a more effective fashion.
Well, I think distribution is important, but I think the first thing is to get people enthused with local produce and actually get them to try it and understand that actually the flavour is so much better and it supports the local farmers and therefore our environment too. So I think once we've got those messages across and people actually want to do it and understand why it's good to do, then it's making it available at events like Countryside Live and also at every farm shop in the Yorkshire area. And Yorkshire's so lucky that we have so much great produce.
You're quite right. It's all about creating the demand. The majority of people who I would imagine are here today already have an interest in local produce. What you find in the halls today is you find a lot of local producers who've also gone to the trouble of developing what they find is something that's key to their business moving forward. It's getting them to try the products that are in season. If you take the products that are in season now, you actually get the taste that you remember from when you were very young. And we've had countless customers have said to us, your cauliflowers taste like we remember cauliflowers used to taste. We can get anything we want any week of the year, but that is often paid for by the price that it doesn't taste as we remember it tastes. So we've got to get products that are local, and we've got to find a way of getting it to the consumer. Once we crack that, the taste itself will sell it. I can promise you that.
But doesn't the consumer want things when they want them? The idea of sitting down to Christmas lunch, which is just around the corner, scary thought, don't they want to be able to have the alternative of possibly having strawberries and cream?
They can do that. They can have whatever they want when they want it, but what they haven't got to imagine is that it's going to taste the same as strawberries and cream will taste in the summer. The majority of products we're talking about, and this is fresh products, have a defined season. We have a strawberry season in this country that goes from late May through until the end of August. Go out of that season, you can still get them, but they won't have the same taste.
We're very proud of what we produce in Yorkshire. It's great to see Yorkshire food when you're driving around in other parts of the country. What's so special and what's so good about our locally produced food?
If you go next door and look at the industry that some of the producers we have there are demonstrating, you've got farmers who've diversified because in fact they could not make a living out of their primary product. They're working exceptionally hard and they're giving enormous attention to the products that they're making. They're also working with some fantastic raw materials. I'm picking up on the point about seasonality, yeah, you'll always be able to go and buy Kenya beans all the way through the year, and we wouldn't expect that not to be the case. But picking up on the quality of fresh seasonal product means that the end product that you're making will be that much better. And I think we've got a lot of people who are extremely proud of the products that they're making, and they will give it far more personal attention than you're likely to find perhaps in the multiples or perhaps elsewhere in the UK. So, as I say, I'm biased, but we've got great environment, great people and great raw materials, and that gives us a fantastic produce and product range in Yorkshire.